Hi and welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you the basic use of average, average if, and average ifs formulas in Excel. So I have here a simple example with names and some list here. So we're going to go into the first example, which is the average. So if you want to get just the average of list 1 in this example, just write average, and then the numbers here will be all the numbers that is included in list 1. So that's it. Close it and enter. That's it. Copy and paste it. We have the average for list 2 as well. So that's very simple. But the problem here is that if one of the numbers in either of the lists is equal to 0, that will be included in the average. So if you want to remove 0 on your average, which is very common, just wanted to have the average of this number, just move on with the average if. So I'm going to write average if on this. Average if. It requires a range. Now the range will be the same list here. Then the criteria will be the operator is not equal to 0. And close it. That's it. Copy and paste it and you have it. You get the average here of those number that is not equal to 0. Now, let's move on to the average if. So the criteria here for the second example is the average of a specific name, in this case, letter A and B. So I'm going to write average if on that. It requires a range. Now the range will be the name here because that includes the criteria. Comma, the criteria will be letter A. And then comma, the average range now is the list here. Because we're working on list 1, we're going to use this list here. And then that's it. Close it. Now properly lock it because we're going to copy and paste it on list 2 and also for the D. So for the names, double lock it. For the A here, just lock the column. For the list here, just lock the row. Enter and copy and paste it. That's it. Now again for those number that is equal to 0, you're gonna move with average ifs on that. But before that, let me show you that if it is blank, there's no problem. In this example for A, you're just getting the numbers that is not equal to 0. That's correct. It ignores blank. But if all of the A's here are blank cells, there will be an error, div error. So if you don't want a div error, just put div error on your formula. If you're using the average or any average here, copy and paste it, and that's it. Now let's work on two criteria. One is specific name, and the other one is those numbers that are not equal to 0. So we're moving on with the average ifs. So let me write the average ifs here with an S. So in here, the first one is average range. So we're going to use this because we're working on list 1, comma, criteria range 1. We're going to need a name here because we're working first on the name, comma, criteria 1 is the B here in this example, comma, criteria range 2 now requires to have the average range again because we're testing it if it's not equal to 0, comma, and put the operator if it's not equal to 0, and that's it. You have two criteria here. So for the first one, for the average range, the list, just lock the row. For the name, double lock it. For the B here, just lock the column. Again, for the criteria range 2, which is also the list, just lock the row and enter. Copy and paste it, and that's it. And that's how you work with the average, average if, and average ifs formula. So in here, again, we use average if, but we ignore average range because that is optional. In this case, we're going to need just the list here and test it if it's not equal to 0. So we're not putting anything on that. But on the other example, we're needing that because we have specific criteria. We're getting the average on the numbers, so or we're definitely gonna use the average range for that. And that's it. I'm finished here. I'm done. If you're liking my videos, you can subscribe in my channel and see you next time, and thanks.